Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Nate here. And in Skyrim, you, the Dragonborn, are the ultimate adventurer, running back and forth across the land to defeat dragons, fight wars, and sometimes deliver mail. There's no question that you've achieved quite a few feats. That said, you were sort of already born on third base, with the literal soul of a dragon, and evidently the ability to freeze time too. You had a few advantages going into the game that other people lacked. As a result, Skyrim is littered with the corpses of individuals who had similar tastes for adventure and senses of curiosity as you did, but simply weren't born so lucky. So sit back and relax as we take a look at 5 unlucky adventurers in Skyrim. Our first victim takes us to an unmarked burning farmhouse, away south of Stendarr's Beacon. From the outside, it seems safe to say that whoever lived here was the mere victim of a dragon attack. But a look inside the smoldering ruins reveals a different tale. A charred corpse lies nearby some candles set up in a circular ritualistic formation. In the dead man's fingers, still being held onto, is a scroll to conjure a flame Antronach. Apparently, our not so magically inclined farmer friend here must have found this scroll at some point throughout his day and was feeling a bit adventurous, so decided to give it a go. But his lack in wizardly knowledge costed him dearly, and he must not have been able to control his creation. With the flames still blanketing the man's home, it's safe to say that this little experiment happened rather recently. Alas, the man kept asking if he could. He never stopped to ask if he should. Next on our list, on Skyrim's northern coast, east of Dawnstar, the player can find a capsized rowboat. Inside there will be a few mud crabs, and a small assortment of human bones. Now, notably, there's not a full skeleton with this boat, just some unattached separate bones. Presumably the rest drifted out at sea or got eaten by mud crabs. Alongside the remains are a pair of boots, bottle of wine, an alteration skill book, knapsack, and, interestingly, a scimitar. Scimitars, or scimitars, evidently not even the internet knows how to pronounce this, are a weapon originating from Hammerfell and Yokuda, the homeland of the Red Guards. So whatever one of these swords is doing so far up north in this man's boat is quite the mystery. Perhaps our fallen seafarer was a Redguard himself, or just a traveler. Regardless, whatever it was he hoped to accomplish all the way up here is a secret that lies only within the seas. Moving on, necromancers can be some pretty formidable opponents. The ability to raise the dead as slaves is quite a powerful one, which is why our third fallen adventurer, or actually 2 adventurers, may have been so eager to harness it. West of Fort Greymore, still within the beautiful rolling plains of the Whiterun Hold, there lies quite the sight. A fallen novice conjurer laid out on a table. Nearby, buried in the grass, is the body of his partner. Towering over the corpses are 2 very much alive, or, well, undead, you get the idea, skeletons. One of the fallen conjurers will carry a skill book, as well as a few ingredients, further confirming that these 2 conjurers decided to whip up some creations they weren't really prepared to control, much like our burned farmer friend. Nearby this scene, you can find a couple of dug up graves and shovels, as well as another resurrected skeleton, suggesting that these mages didn't even need to harm anyone, they just dug up the bodies. Whatever they were planning, be it world domination, or they just needed some extra hands at the house, it's safe to say that these necromancers weren't that successful. For our 4th spot, Fool's Gold Island is an unmarked location west of Broken Ore Grotto. The island is home to a handful of mud crabs, as well as a few gold ore veins, which is a bit strange, as Fool's Gold is generally a term that refers to fake gold, and these veins seem to be as real as it gets. Regardless, mud crabs and questionable quality raw minerals aside, Fool's Gold Island is additionally the floating tomb of a fallen individual. Near the island's peak sits a flag, with a skeleton curiously clinging onto it. The remains are positioned to make it look as if the victim died of exhaustion, or from the freezing cold temperatures, while at the same time romantically gazing at Skyrim's shores from his hill. It's possible this man was on the island to extract the rich supply of gold ore, and has something to do with the location's name. Or he could have been an explorer from a further away northern land. Whatever his objectives were, much like a previous entry on this list, remain to be a mystery. Before we get to our final spot, as an honorable mention, we have Elias Tay. Elias Tay was an Argonian mage from the College of Winterhold. His corpse can be found at a statue of Talos in the far north. Mr. Tay was studying both aggression and calm spells, and decided to practice them both at this remote location using skeevers. From the way the scene is set up, it appears Mr. Tay was successfully able to get the skeevers to become aggressive. However, the calm spell never really worked out the way he wanted, and the skeevers soon turned on him. With their mage dead and themselves still under the effects of the aggression spell, the skeevers eventually turned on each other, until there was just one single survivor. When you come to this location yourself, you'll have to dispatch of that last surviving skeever. You'll also notice that Elias Tay's body is still grasping on to a scroll of calm. And finally, for our last spot, we have Thomas the Bandit. You can find this man's body on a difficult to access cliff in Bleak Falls Barrow. Now, you can actually only access this cliff if you use toggle no clip. However, there's also a small chance that his body might glitch and spawn at a lower level. It's important to note that the corpse of Thomas only spawns after the player has reached level 18, which usually occurs much after the player's been to Bleak Falls Barrow. Coupled with the fact that he's in such a hard to reach location most of the time, most players will never find what's left of him. Thomas's corpse sits just below a rope hanging from an opening in the cave ceiling, implying that he was trying to rappel downward, but must have lost his grip and came crashing down. In his inventory, you'll find a letter that describes just what motivated our ambitious friend here to attempt such a daring feat. The letter is written from the leader of Thomas's bandit tribe, somebody named Lorraine. In it, Lorraine gives Thomas directions to rappel into Bleak Falls Barrow, kill a frost troll, and bring its skull back to her. The letter states that this action should be enough to earn the respect of all of Thomas's bandit buddies, and prove that he's worthy of being their second in command. Thomas was really moving up in the world, about to accept a leadership position. Unfortunately for him, this rising star in the bandit world was experiencing a case of butterfingers, and let go of the rope too early. On the bright side, Thomas doesn't exactly have to die in vain. You can go down there and take out the trolls for yourself. Though you can't exactly avenge gravity, because that's not really a thing. Anyway, with that, we're going to wrap up. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Which of these was your favorite? And what corpses, God, that sounds a little bit morbid, have you found throughout your travels in Skyrim that seem to tell a bit of an adventurous tale? Leave a comment down below. Again, thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Peace out, everybody.